Hey everyone, it's Hannah Leeper coming to you from the mountain. I'm the MountainCamp director, and I wanted to give you some updates regarding camp as well as COVID before summer camp starts. So first, I just wanted to remind you that payment for Mountain Camp is due by June 1st, and in order to complete that payment, you must also finish your campers' forms. So I would recommend doing the forms in the next couple of days and making sure that you get that payment in by June 1st to secure your child's spot this summer. I also wanted to tell you just a couple of reminders. One being, if your child needs an EpiPen this summer, please make sure that you have that with you to submit during check-in. And also that we do not need any cell phones here this summer. So if your child has a phone, please just have them leave it at home. If there's any sort of emergency or they need to contact someone, we have other means of communication for them. Regarding COVID, I wanted to give a couple of updates. First, I wanted to remind you that your child will need proof of a negative COVID test result 1 to 3 days prior to arrival. So that means they have to receive that negative result 1 to 3 days prior to arriving at the mountain, and you need to be able to show proof of that. This is per the North Carolina CDC recommendations for summer camps. I also want to remind you to pack plenty of masks with your child, both washable and disposable for different kinds of activities, just so that they always have that protection that they need. I also wanted to talk about our protocols and how we're handling COVID here this summer. So we just started this a couple of weeks ago, but we are doing weekly testing of both our full-time and summer staff. So that is the PCR type test with the nose swab. We send it off to a lab and get the results a couple days later. And this is to make sure that we are continuously monitoring the health of our own staff. And we also have rapid tests available. So these tests allow us to, if somebody shows symptoms, whether that's a camper or a staff member, we're able to test them and have a more clear idea of their status at that exact moment. We also have a system where if a child is showing symptoms, we have the ability to isolate them in our nurses station where they can still be tended to but are quarantined while we get the results back from their tests. And we also have the ability to quarantine their pod group to make sure that we are not incidentally spreading anything to anyone else in the group. I also want to remind you that if your child does receive a positive result while at camp, from showing symptoms, or we test them because someone else in their cabin has shown symptoms, you must be available to pick them up immediately. We will communicate with you once we find out this result. We'll make sure that this is discreet and respectful, but you must be available to pick your child up to come get them from camp if they do show a positive result. So we just appreciate your patience, and we are really excited to have everyone here at the mountain in just a couple of weeks. We are really looking forward to having your children with us and for having Mountain Camp back for summer 2021. Thanks so much.